Well, amid the war in Ukraine, Russia's state-controlled or affiliated news organisations flooded social media with disinformation narratives, with thousands of Twitter accounts recognised that they were boosting tweets from Russian accounts. For more on this, though, I'm joined by Dr. Karen Sutherland from the University of Sunshine Coast, as well as Madalyn Sklar, the Twitter marketing strategist. Welcome to you both. Lovely to have your company. Now, Karen, I'll begin with you. There have been suspicious accounts that are seemingly boosting tweets from Russian government accounts, spreading disinformation about the war in Ukraine.
Absolutely, and in a very big way, I might add. So this study came from the Queensland University of Technology, and it was Tim Graham actually has found that when Russia invaded Ukraine, at the same time, thousands of Twitter bots ended up clearly on Twitter spreading misinformation about what they were doing. And apparently, Twitter's come out and said, no, that's not true. We've got rid of a whole heap of accounts, but yeah, it's not stacking up against the actual research.
Madalyn, hundreds of accounts scored a perfect bot score. Does this mean they are almost certainly bots, despite Twitter rejecting these claims?
It sure looks that way. It looks like there are bots out there spreading a lot of misinformation right now. I think Dr. Graham has done a really great job with this research. So it's very concerning with all of this information right now that is just not credible due to bots that Twitter says they're keeping an eye on and keeping from doing what they're doing. So it's very upsetting to see this happening.
It's also difficult to keep track of all of this at the moment. It unfolded so quickly and escalated very drastically as well. What can be put in place in regards to social media, Karen, to, I guess, prevent this kind of action on the platform?
I mean, it's really hard. I mean, because this is large scale. So individually, I think the best thing you can do is really check out the accounts that you're following. Check out when you see posts, rather than just believing it, actually checking where is the source coming from to make sure that it is actually legitimate. So I think because we're sort of washed over with all this disinformation, it can be quite confusing, but it's really up to us to individually check what we're consuming in terms of social media.
Indeed. Now, also heading our news in regards to the war, UK residents have taken to social media to help fleeing Ukrainians at the moment. Madalyn, how important has social media been in helping those in need at the moment?
Oh, I think social media is helping tremendously. I mean, what better way to connect people all around the world, being able to just get on your computer or on your phone and help those in need. So kudos to social media for being such a great way to keep people connected and being able to move quickly, especially in real time as we get all this news that's coming out very, very quickly.
Karen, often we look to the negatives of social media, and while there are definitely some negative impacts of social media, this is such a positive, and how social media can be used in such a positive and impactful way.
Absolutely. And what I love is, like, whenever there is like a big world event or a big disaster, we don't wait for the government. Like, we can't. We would be at a loss if we did. And so people, like, on their own backs, get together and mobilize and bring people together. And social media has been the best way to do this, whether it's fire, flood, invasions, whatever. They use social media as a tool to help each other without waiting, and it's so fast. I mean, this report was, this woman's noticed there were people in the UK with spare rooms saying we can help people fleeing, and then she also saw people in Ukraine going, I need somewhere to go, and there was no other way to put them together than individual people in the community to do that using social media. It's pretty inspiring.
Yeah, during a time of such hardship as well, it's important that we do hear some human elements and human stories like this as well. Karen and Madalyn, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.